Coach, just kind of in your eyes, what kind of did you take away from that? What do you kind of think happened that kind of, led to what happened on the field?
Well, without seeing the film, it starts off, give credit to Arizona. Completely dominated all three phases of the game, and frankly, it wasn't even close. So that, they had a good plan on defense. They kept us off balance. We went down and scored in the first series and then really never got anything going really the rest of the game. Turned the ball over, had undisciplined penalties, false starts, personal fouls, defense not fitting things up right, and that's a credit to them and what they did. And, not that it's going back and looking in the mirror, but it starts with me. I got out-coached today. And I'll take that. Obviously the team wasn't prepared. We're better, we feel, than this result. And we got to find ways to fix it, and that's what we talked about in there. It's the truth. The truth is 6 games in, we're 4-2. We've shown ability to play some really good football, and we showed unfortunately the other side of it the last 2 weeks. If we don't do what we're exactly needing to do, and we got to coach it better. All right, it starts with me, and we'll look in the mirror first and give credit to Arizona for what they did tonight.
A second straight opponent that has rushed 3 and dropped 8. On you guys, what kind of impact do you think that had on the game today?
Not just rushing 3, impacting with 3, and not being able to gash them. Out of that dollar package, they came in giving up, 8 yards per rush, and that wasn't even close to what we were able to accomplish and keep them off balance and force them to do something else. And wanting to commit to going out there and doing it, I think is one of the biggest things. And, It's hard to look at. I got to watch the film to see kind of where some of those inefficiencies happened. They had a TFL, in a zone run that set us back and some pressure stuff. So we got to find some answers to it. And obviously the main answer is running the football and being physical and getting at the point of attack and getting the ball downhill and being confident on that, because when we're throwing things on the perimeter in the screen game, we're not getting those quick results either, because that's an extension of the run game. So we got to find some better solutions, because this is a copycat world, and that's what we'll get going forward.
Coach, the first 4 weeks looked like the offense could do no wrong, and then the last 2 games, just 2 offensive touchdowns. What's the difference that you see just without really looking at the film already?
Well, I think you saw some similar plans the last couple of weeks, getting more guys into coverage and trying to find some ways to put different pressures on Cam, and done a good job when he scrambled around, not giving up a lot of big plays and force us to run the ball. So we have to look in the mirror, and I think it's all of us. It starts with me. I told the guys, I'm going to be the first one in the building tomorrow and the last to leave. That's what I'm going to dedicate to this team. So adversity either bonds you or breaks you. We're at the halfway point. We're 4-2. But we haven't, reached our full potential. We need to get better as a team.
How will you guys – obviously you guys know you can be a good team. How do you evaluate a game like this where, so many things kind of go wrong?
I think you got to open up competition at every level. It's one of our core values. I think it's very important. Are we playing at max capacity at every position? And what does that look like? And, whether that's offense, receiver, offensive line, tailbacks, quarter, everything. We got to evaluate everything and got to have the most competitive guys on the field possible that give us the best chance to win. So we have to look at that, and what are we doing as coaches not to put our guys in better position? Because I think, anything that's lopsided like this, without, watching the tape, we're not putting our guys and we're not executing. Those things are on us. Our effort, our energy, our execution, those are always things that we look at from within. And, once again, it starts with me.
Coach, you said it was lopsided. Is this next week going to dictate how the rest of the season goes?
I think this next hour and then the hour after that and then every moment that we get to come back together dictates that season. This is one game. I think you have to take it that way. But if we don't improve and get better, we're not learning from this loss the way that we need to. And this is a hard one. This isn't having the ball at the end against UCLA. This is, from my standpoint, in the last 2 years, we haven't had many of these. And it's, like I said, it looks in the mirror. It starts with me and how we prepare this team and what we need to do to be better and sustain some success. Like I said, we came out firing, and then we just didn't have the ability enough to move the ball and turned it over. And a lot of things that we'll look at is in our control, but credit to Arizona and their preparation.
Coach, you talked, I think it was Monday, about how there was too much shot tackling from that UCLA game. It seemed like that was maybe an issue again today, just a little bit too much of trying for the big hit and not wrapping up.
I would agree with you, Jamie. And like I said, I got to watch it because every situation's different. But you just can't bury your head down and throw your shoulder in without bringing your arms. You know, A, it's not safe. B, it's not going to be able to get a big, powerful guys down. And we saw more of that, and that's something we have to fix as coaches.
What'd you make you guys' effort today, just front to back?
Well, I think anytime, let's say it's this lopsided, I don't think we're playing hard enough. I mean, that's what you really have to see and look at it, and the tape will reveal that. And I think that's the number one thing as being a team. The biggest thing you can give to the team is giving them everything you got for 60 minutes, regardless of the score and regardless of what matters. We talk about it all the time. And it's going to be evident more than ever when we watch this. Like, what are guys doing? Are we finishing? I thought there were some good things early, and I just think we didn't sustain. But I do think our guys are playing hard. I do. I felt that way, and like I said, we'll watch the tape, and we'll get back to you on Monday.
Now you're going against a team that's coming off a tough loss in a different way with Oregon. What do we got to improve on or change coming this week?
Once again, it's not about Oregon. I mean, that's the farthest thing from my mind right now. I mean, it is on the things that we're capable of doing and leaning into those things. You know, that's offense, that's defense, that's special teams, finding a game breaker in that realm. You know, like I said, we own all this, and the road doesn't get easier. It never will in this league. So you got to take one at a time, 1 week at a time, and we got to play better as a football team.